Good morning. Today, we are going to see a topic called Open Access Same Time Information System. That means short term, it is OASIS in Restructured Power System. Why this OASIS was created? So, if you take like in traditional power system, before the deregulation power system, utilities own generation, transmission, and distribution company that will be considered as one entity. That means we can call it as electricity board. So which combines all these entities together. So if you take like transmission owners could favor their transmission own generating company. So whoever is owned the transmission network, they will select their own generated companies to for generate for producing the power. And also independent power producers also had the difficulties in getting their fair access. So, after the restructured process, that means deregulated, power systems were reorganized so that generation becomes competitive and transmission the reminded regulated, and everyone has must have equal access to the transmission and as well as generation or whatever distribution, whatever the entity it might be. So everyone is given with the equal access. That means non-discriminatory access. So if you take like a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, so that is an organization from the United States. So they are telling like they are mandated this OASIS so that all the market participants receives the same transmission information simultaneously, such that no one will be given with any access. So everyone will be given with the equal access. That means all the participants receive the same transmission information simultaneously in their own websites. That means deregulated power market websites. So what is this OASIS? So the the open access same time information system OASIS is a internet-based, secure, and standardized platform. That means internet-based, secure, and standard secure. Okay, this word is important. And standardized platform mandated by the Federal Electricity Regulatory Commission, that means FERC in North America, to ensure that non-discriminatory open access to the transmission services in a restructured or deregulated power system. Okay, so it serves as a centralized bulletin board for the transmission owners to post their capacity availability, next prices, ancillary services, and allowing the market participant, that means generators, marketers, and buyers, to request transmission services on a fair basis. Okay, so this is nothing but the OASIS. So OASIS, it is a internet-based, secure, standardized platform managed by the Federal Electricity Regulatory Commission in the North America to ensure the non-discriminatory open access to the transmission service in the restructured power market. Okay, so and which is governed by the this North American Energy Standards Board. Okay, so what is the main purpose of this biases in the sense? So the main function is to transparency. That means everyone can see what is the capacity that is transmitted and what is the current price of the market. Like that, everyone can see this transparency through that website. Next comes the fair access. No preferential treatment to any participant. So all are treated as a same. Next, if you take like booking, so reserve transmission parts will be there. Okay, reserve transmission parts also will be there, such that in the emergency you can utilize that reserve transmission parts also. So you can utilize this thing is happening in the restructured power market. Okay, next and also in the OASIS, open access same time information system. Next is reliability. Reliability is maintained, so which avoids the overloads, and also compliance, like maintain the audits, trials, everything. So, so audit. If you make the auditor, so it will be stringent action will be taken in the OASIS system. Next, who uses this OASIS? So if you take like a market participants, like transmission owners, providers, they are using this like OASIS. Next, independent system operators. So these are the market parts. Next, regional transmission organization, RTOs, power generators, power marketers, utilities, okay, load serving entities. So these are the market participants uses this open access same time information system. Next comes the structure of the OASIS. Think of OASIS as a network of secure websites operated by the transmission providers. So if you take like the structure, so physical bar software architecture. So users can browse, okay, browse in their website. So like in OASIS web portal, okay, node. So such that secure firewall will be there. So no one can hack that system. Okay, and database server will be maintained. Okay, so what is happening in the system? So how the in the current market, in the today's market, in daily agent market, what is happening in the system? What is the market clearing price? So everything like retailers can see, or not only retailers, like consumers can see, or generating companies, everything can be seen in a transparency system will be there. So that will be maintained in the database. Okay, and also it is managed by the energy management system. So this is the structure of the OASIS. So if you take like what are the components, if you take like node, that is nothing but a website operated by the each transmission provider. So you can easily see so which transmission provider is opting for the least cost for transmitting the power. So such that retailers can choose that that particular transmission company, such that the cost of the tariff will be reduced. Next, the web interface allows the users to submit the request. Okay, and also firewall will be there, which protects the sensitive data. Okay, no one can hack that particular OASIS system. Next, database will be maintained, so stores the reservations and as well as the logs. Okay. Next, energy management systems will be there, which supplies the real-time system data. So current second, current minute, what is happening in the transmission system? What is the price in which the transmission companies are operating? So everything will be managed by the energy management system. Next, the audit system. So you can also check the history. What is the yesterday's market on which how much cost that trading was happened. Like previous month is what, previous year is what. So that particular transmission operators. How they are operating, what is their reliability, everything that anyone can check at any time. So that is the transparency that is maintained in the OASIS. So what are the key characteristics access to the normal web browsers like in websites? So secure login and authentication. So if you create a user ID and password, so you can log in and see, you can see what is happening in the market. So no one can hack the data and all. No one can change it. So it is secure. So time stamped postings will be there. So today morning, from morning 9 a.m. what is the system going transmission like price is going on after 10 a.m., 11 a.m. like that. Each and every hour that market prices will be updated in the websites. Next, automated updates. So it is automatically updating that what is pricing going on minute by minute. So achieved records also will be there. So such that users can go and see the which transmission operator maintaining the reliability and all. You can easily check in that website. Next, information posted on the OASIS. So under the FERC order number 889, that means Federal Electricity Regulatory Commission, and as well as the North American Board, Electricity Board rules, strictly posting the schedules that applies. Okay, so what are the mandatory posting in that website is available transfer capability. That means available capacity for the transactions, and also total transfer capability. That means what is the maximum transfer limit that is happening in that particular transmission line. Next, transmission service request. That means request from the users. Okay, so how much transmission is happening, that services, so users, like retailers can request, so I need this much megawatt of transfers for my zone, like that, based on the users they will transmit. Okay, so previous day itself you need to give the request. Okay, so today, based on my zone, my load is 50 megawatt. Based on that, you need to transmit the power to this much zone, like that, users can give the request, such that transmission companies also can make everything ready, such that they can also transmit the required power to whatever the requested power to that particular users. Next, ancillary services. So based on the reserves, regulation and all, frequency, everything will be maintained. Next, outages. So you can also see in that particular post, like, so which generator is under maintenance, like that, which generator companies in that maintenance, which generator companies are operating today, like that, easily you can know. Next comes the tariff. Okay, pricing rules, how the pricing is happening in that particular market. So in which hour the pricing. So everything the users can easily see. Next comes the curtailments. So reduction in the scheduled flows. So due to any sudden drop in the load, so where the reduction can happen in that particular transmission line. So everything will be posted in that particular websites. Okay, in OASIS system. Next, audit logs, transaction histories, everything will be posted in that. These are the some of the mandatory posting in the OASIS under the Federal Electricity Regulatory Commission Order 889. Next comes the what is meant by transfer capability concepts. So understanding the transfer capability concepts also is central. Okay, it is maintained at the central level in the OASIS website. So what is meant by total transfer capability? That means maximum power transferable safely in that particular transmission system. So these are all terms we are going to see in detail with the examples in our forthcoming classes. Okay. Next, I'm just giving a glimpse of it. So we are going to solve some few problems on this also. Okay. Total transfer capability, availability transfer capability. Every topic we are going to solve a simple problem on that, such that you can understand in an easy way. Next comes the existing transmission commitments. That means ETC. So what are the already reserved, like reserved transmission systems is there. So that commitments also you can see in the OASIS. Next comes the transmission reliability margin, TR. That means margin for that uncertainty. Okay, so uncertainty margin also will be posted in the OASIS in the central system. Next comes the capacity benefit margin, CBM. Okay, so that is nothing but reserve for the generation shortages. So that also is posted on the reserves for the generation shortages. So that also posted in the OASIS. Next comes the available transfer capability, ATC. Okay, so based on that, what remains for the new deals? Okay, so based on all these factors, what remains for the new deals? So that data also posted. Okay, so what is the available transfer capability? So say for example, 20 megawatt is the available transfer capacity. So easily you can increase the transmission capacity to 20 megawatt, or otherwise power transfer is in kilovolts. No, some this many kilovolts, some 11 kilovolts, or 33 kilovolts, or 110 kilovolts. So this much transfer capability you can maintain in that particular transmission system. Like that, that data also will be shown clearly in that particular system. So based on that, how much power can be transferred? That also can be posted, will be posted in the that OASIS websites. Next, what is the formula for ATC? So ATC is nothing but TTC minus ETC minus TRM minus CBM. That means available transfer capability is equal to total transmission capability minus existing transmission capability minus transmission reliability margin minus capability based margin. That means CBM, capacity benefit margin. So this all, if you calculate, you will easily get the available transfer capability. Say for example, TTC is 1500 megawatt, ETC is 800 megawatt, TRM is 100 megawatt, CBM is 50 megawatt. Then how to calculate the ATC? So ATC is equal to TTC minus ETC minus TRM minus CBM. So 1500 minus 800, that is a 700 megawatt minus 100, again 500 minus 50, so that is 550 megawatt. So like that, you need to calculate. Okay, so total is 550 megawatt. So 550 megawatt is available for new transmission request. So that thing also retailers can easily see in the website, such that they can immediate demand raises, means they can easily ask for, okay, I want this 500 megawatt more for my managing my demand. Like that, retailers also can ask, request in that particular day ahead market or hourly markets. Next comes the transmission service request. That means TSRs. So when a company wants to move the power, so it has to submit this TSR. That means company wants to transmit the power. So TSR contains the source and sink nodes. That means in the websites, megawatt node, source and sink node means, so where from starting and sending and nodes. Okay, so where, from where to where it has to transfer the power. Okay, next, what is the megawatt amount that needs to transfer, move, and what is the start time and end time? From which time, for example, from morning 9 a.m. to 12 noon, like that. So firm and non-firm services, that also it should contain. Next, prices, status, everything. This transmission service requires contains all these factors. Next comes the TSR status types. Okay, so queued, status queued means waiting is there. Accepted means your TSR is approved. Next, refuse means rejected. Withdraw means cancelled. Redirected means path is changed. Node and that particular start node and ending node path got changed. Like that, TSR status also will be displayed in the websites. So if you take like a firm and non-firm transmission, so if you take like reliability, guaranteed except in the emergencies. Non-firm, if you take interruptible, will be there. So priority for firm, it is given higher priority. Non-firm, lower priority will be there. Cost for firm transmission system, higher cost will be there. Non-firm transmission, lower cost will be there. But the firm is a good transmission network. Okay, so non-firm also you can go for, depends on the market. Say for example, spot market, they are going for non-firm type of transmission system. The restructured market. Next, curtailment risk is low here. Curtailment risk is high in the non-firm market. So typical use where this firm market is long-term contracts, they are using firm transmission contracts. In the non-firm spot market are using this non-firm type of transmission contracts. Next, role of this OASIS in the deregulated power market. So next comes the functional unbundling. So transmission providers must separate the transmission from the generation market, because in the restructured power market they need to come out Sometimes in the one market, generation will be the separate entity. Sorry, generation and the distribution. Okay, distribution corporation will be a separate entity. Transmission corporation alone will be the separate entity. Only two entities will be there. Like that also will be there. Separate the transmission from the generation marketing and uses the OASIS for all the information. So open access same time information in the website for all the information you need to provide open to the all everyone. So no private disclosure should be there. That means that is called functional unbundling. Next comes the market transparency. So if you take like without the OASIS and with the OASIS, without OASIS, inside insider advantages will be there. With the OASIS, equal access will be given to all. So without OASIS, so somebody will be given contracts always, transmission contracts always. Okay, or who are owning the who are getting the who are owning the transmission companies, they will select their own generation companies for generating the power. So in the OASIS, equal access will be given to all. So phone negotiations will be there in the without the OASIS. So in the in the online open access same time information system, online posting will be there. Next, delayed infos will be there without OASIS. With the OASIS, real time system information system will be always keep on updating in the website. Without the OASIS, manual records will be there, but with the OASIS, electronic audits will be there. Anyone can see that audits or whatever happened before. Monthly audits will be there, weekly audits will be there, yearly audits will be there. So you can easily verify whether the transmission companies are genuine, firm companies or not. Okay, next comes congestion management. Congestion occurs when flows exceeds the line limits. So available transmission capacity drops to zero, and also prices rises. So OASIS helps the publishing these constraints in the system in the websites, and also showing outage wherever the outage is happening. Updates this ATCs hourly. So these are the congestion management happening in the websites. Next comes the OASIS versus energy management system versus SCADA system. So if you compare this OASIS energy management system and the SCADA system, what is the main role? OASIS market transparency will be there. In the energy management system, system operation will be updated. Next, SCADA system data acquisition will be there. So if you take like users, market participants will be there in the OASIS. Energy management operators will be there. SCADA system also operators will be there. So real-time control in the OASIS will be not there. Energy management system real-time control will be there in the system. Okay, in the all the system. So and also SCADA system real-time control is possible. But OASIS will not give the feed, so control is not possible. Okay, control means you need to go for ancillary services. So you need to call for ancillary services. OASIS has to contact ancillary service. So real-time control is possible. Next, handles the bookings also. OASIS, EMS, no bookings, SCADA also no bookings. So if you take like control breakers, OASIS no control breakers, EMS also no control breakers, but SCADA's controls and breakers also will be happening in the data acquisition, like data acquisition system. Okay, so computer access data and control system. Next, regulatory tool, OASIS, it is there. EMS, no, there is no regulation is there. SCADA also no regulation is there. So these are the comparison between the OASIS energy management system and SCADA system. So what are the main benefits of this OASIS? Means prevents the discrimination, encourages the competition among the transmission companies, improves the reliable and secure system. Next, supports the multi-utility transactions, provides the real audit trials, and improves the price discovery. So these are the main benefits of open access same time information system in the real time restructured power market or deregulated power